Hello everyone. Welcome to the third session of chapter 8, that is Mahavira and Buddha, the great preachers. Today the topic that I will discuss is enlightenment and the teachings of Buddha. After Gautama Buddha left his luxurious kingly life and stepped out in search of truth, he wandered from place to place for about 6 years to find a way to end human suffering. Those 4 great sights had great impact in his life. He also discovered what is called middle path, that means a path of living with moderation. It means one should neither be obsessed with luxuries nor should one discard all worldly possession, because even we need these worldly possessions to lead our life. So neither we should be very much suppressed or obsessed by these worldly possessions, neither, we have to maintain that, a balance. Later on, the middle path concept became a guiding principle of Buddhism. One day, when Siddhartha sat down to meditate under Peepal Tree in Bodh Gaya in present-day Bihar, after 49 days, after continuous meditation for 49 days, he attained enlightenment. From then onwards, Siddhartha came to be known as the Buddha or Shakyamuni. Now, he found the way to overcome human suffering. So that enlightenment, through that enlightenment, he got a spiritual power. Okay? And then he could, that power he could utilize to end human suffering. The Peepal Tree under which Siddhartha attained enlightenment is known as Bodhi Tree. It is still there in Gaya, Bodh Gaya, okay, in the Mahabodhi temple. After attaining enlightenment, Buddha went to Varanasi. There he gave his first sermon. This incident is very important. I want everyone to underline this. He gave his first sermon to 5 disciples in the deer park at Sarnath. He revealed his eightfold path leading to nirvana. The core of his sermon was that all sorrow and human suffering arises due to non-fulfillment of their desires. If our desires are not fulfilled, then it leads to sorrow and suffering. One should therefore strive to eliminate desire and attain nirvana or moksha. For the next 45 years, Buddha with his disciples traveled far and wide, teaching people how to overcome human suffering. When Buddha got parinirvana or passed away in 483 BCE, he had a great following. Now we move on to the teachings of Buddha, very important part of this chapter. His teachings were known as 4 noble truths, okay, and eightfold path. Buddha did not say anything about the existence of God. He disapproved the sacrifice of innocent animals that we already learned in Ahimsa paragraph, and performance of elaborate rituals. Neither he believed in Ahimsa nor he believed in elaborate rituals. He was against the 4-fold caste system in which Shudras were treated very badly. According to him, all people are equal. Buddha stressed on good conduct to lead a happy life because he believed that deeds or karma of people decide their destiny. He stressed on the inculcating in people the value of honesty. So these are the important values you must adopt in your life: honesty, non-violence, obedience and respect of elders. Middle path of Buddhism stresses on living a balanced life. The main elements of Buddha's philosophy or the middle path are the 4 noble truths and the eightfold path. Eightfold path is also known as Ashtanga Marg. So what are these 4 noble truths? First of all, let us discuss that. The first truth says the world is full of suffering, sorrows and misery. Second, the main cause of this sorrow is our desire. Third is we need to overcome desire to avoid suffering. And the last truth is desires can be overcome and nirvana can be achieved by following Eightfold Path. Now let us discuss what is Eightfold Path of Buddhism. Eightfold Path includes your right thoughts, that means when you think in the right direction, right belief, right speech. When you think correctly, you speak correctly. Right action, you do, your activities are correct, you do your work correctly, okay, in the right direction. Right living, right effort, right knowledge and right meditation. So these are the Eightfold Paths, which is also known as Ashtangika Marg in Buddhism. So we have only this much in this chapter. So again, only we are left out with our question answer and the exercise that I will discuss in the next module. Thank you everyone.